All right, Barlow Brigade, how y'all doing today? Happy Fundy Sunday. That's right, Fundy Sunday. That's a hashtag that was started, I think, a week or so ago by my friend Harold Terry up there in El Dorado, Arkansas. And it's, I think, a wonderful hashtag. And basically what he wants you to do is he wants you to talk about a knife, some knives, a knife, or the knife that I call it gives you the sizzle, the sparks, makes you laugh, makes you think about something. He showed a wonderful Buck 302, the Solo, I believe is what it's called. It has a single blade, something that was gifted to him by his sister, and he calls it the sister knife. And so I yesterday I made kind of a big deal about me inspirations and where they come from, and he does inspire me. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a Sunday Fundy. But my problem is, and most of y'all know this, just about every knife I got makes me smile. It's not that bad. But certain things, man, about certain knives do. And of course, I had a whole other video planned for today. I was gonna talk to you about that Russell Barlow I got, and but that'll save. It's not going anywhere. I mean, that knife is so old, it's not going anywhere. And I can promise you that it'll be here. If something, praise the Lord, if something did happen to old Big Jim, that knife ain't going nowhere. It's been on earth long enough to stay here for another minute or two. So I don't know if somebody's gonna get on here like me, crazy like me, and talk about it, but it's a good, it's all good, y'all. Everything's good. Okay, well, let's see. What's old Big Jim toting? Well, first of all, we got to go with the Holy Land Pocket Cross that my friend, my brother Blades, Brother Dwayne Clark, Kentucky Knives, gifted me back when I first started this. I was a nothing, a nobody. I probably had 10 videos, and I get a package from him just out of the blue. I wasn't even expecting it. Didn't really, I had seen some of his videos, but didn't really know that much about him or anything else. But it turns out that he's the man. He did a review this morning on something that is relevant to what I'm fixing to show y'all. That Rosecraft blade, I think it's the Gunstock Stag, which is one of the patterns from Rosecraft that I want. I can't afford the one in Stag, but I think they have a micarta one, and maybe a rosewood one, or some type of wood covers that would be relevant to what I'm fixing to show y'all. But anyway, and I know y'all, they haven't invented smell-o-vision, and they certainly haven't invented YouTube smell-o-vision, or smell of video, or smell of content. But y'all need to smell what's going on inside my kitchen. I'd say about 9:30 this morning, old Big Jim went in there. Of course, last week when I went to the food bank, they gifted me with a couple of heads of cabbage. Now, I can tell you right now that old Big Jim knows his way around the pot. Now, I'm not, I don't call myself a chef. I don't call myself, well, okay, here's the deal. My training is in hotel, restaurant, and tourism, so I need to know how to manage a food service operation, and I can do that. I know a lot about it. I have cooked most of my life. My mother knew that I would probably be single, and she was pretty much right. Most of my life. There have been times when I've had cooks involved. Miss Trish, who's not here anymore, but she could throw down. I wish she was here right now, because if there was some cornbread cooking in the oven, And Miss Trish can make some cornbread. If there was some cornbread cooking in the oven right now, and I might try to go in there and make some in a minute. But Lord, it smells good in here. Got that cabbage going. Had some leftover zucchini and some squash. Cut that up. After I got the squash cooked down, I added a little bit more. I had to put some chicken stock in there with the cabbage. You know, got it cooking down. Got it good and soft and going. Throwed the rest of it. I had some leftover zucchinis and stuff from the other night. Threw that in there. Squash. Got a couple medium onions cut in half, thrown in there. And then out of the freezer, I pulled out a couple of links of sausage, cut those into like 4-inch pieces, laid them right on top of the bed in there. Lord, it smells good in here. Ooh, Big Jim gonna be eating large for the next day or two. I can tell you that, large and in charge. But the reason I brought all that up is this little jewel right here, and this is HT. This makes me smile. Now, it's the pass around knife from Brother JC at JC's Mountain Ninja. Anyway, he did a pass around, and I'm in the middle of binge watching all the shows that have been the videos, the content that has been put out for all the people that pass this around. I'm all the way up to Boomer's Blades. I think he's number 5 or number 6. Just a few more to go. I'm compiling notes. I'm trying to get everything to where I can type it and print it out and send it to JC, so when he receives it, he doesn't have to do a lot of research. I know he's been watching the videos, but like that pocket knife guy, in the notes that I took on him, it's basically going to say, and he said it 3 or 4 times during his video, I'm not a modern guy. I'm not a modern guy. He said, I got one. I think he said, yeah, I got a Benchmade. You know, so he's probably got a few moderns, but he's a traditional slip joint guy. You know, your old Remingtons, your old Cases, your Imperials. He likes those, I hate to use the word show-off knives, but, you know, probably got something sitting there pretty close. See how it's a little sparkly? This is in the middle of a restoration, so, but that's the kind of knife he likes, you know. Now that's a United Cutlery, Japanese-made mini trapper. But anyway, but this knife right here, HT, gives me the smiles. Okay, I have one already. I'm trying to find one in black. The cheapest one I found so far is $51, but it don't matter. When this one gets mailed off, I'm going to buy one because I want one that good. I want to find black with the silver blade. The only ones I found have black. I may have to end up getting this one, but I can make it black. No Big Jim figure that out. But look at that blade shape and sharp. Lord have mercy. Now, you know, of course, I can't leave that long. When I got it, it was sharp. But I just went ahead. I tuned it up a little bit with the strop. So, but Dang, this is a banger. Okay, Barlow Brigade banger right here. Now, after I tote this for about 5 or 6 days, probably this coming weekend, next weekend, is when I'm going to try to mail it off. And I'm going to do a video just about this knife. I have a comparison knife, something that I've toted for a minute, something it's a modern slip joint. But we're going to compare this. I'm going to put my 2 cents on it, and I'll go over who I got it from, what they sent me, the whole 9 yards, and all that'll be in one video coming to y'all very soon. Okay? Well, in the other pocket, it's all about knives that makes you smile, right? Okay. Well, first of all, this knife has to have a proper blanket. It needs to be in a proper place. So there's your Aaron Williams slip. I don't know when this one was made, how early it was made, what project it was. I have no idea, but it was a user when I got it, which is perfect. Perfect. I bought a new slip from him, and it's perfect. This one is perfect, and it is the resting place for this knife. Now, this knife came to me as a gift, and he's probably sitting there shaking his head right now because he knows what I'm going to say. When this knife came in, I walked around my house for about 5 or 6 hours. I'd open the box and look at it, and I'd close the box. I'd open the box and I'd close the box. I'd look at it. I didn't pull it out. I just kept looking at it. Well, I guess I didn't pull it out because it was wrapped up when it got here. But I had messaged this guy because he had this knife, same knife, but in a different cover that is now in the vault with Rosecraft blades. And hopefully one day it'll come back. And if it does, I will certainly purchase. I will go without eating for a month to buy this knife in the gun stock, in the checker. They have checkered bone covers. This is rosewood, okay? And this is a Lucha Jack. Now, I tried to trade Brother HT out of that one that I'm talking about. He's got one, probably still got it. I don't know if he does or not. It's not really none of my business. But, and I'm not trying to cause any controversy with Andy Armstrong because y'all man, Andy Armstrong to me is just, he's the man, as far as I'm concerned. But Mr. Armstrong calls this a jackknife. And I agree, it is a jackknife. But so is a Barlow, okay? It's that's basically what it is. Look at that clip blade. Lordy. Look at that. Got that rosebud shield. Got that beautiful red, I guess that's redwood, rosewood. It don't matter what you call it. Got the old stamped, tang stamp. Got Mr. Andy's maker's mark and all the inflammation on it. And this knife, when I got it, was hair popping. And every time I pull it out, I'm amazed at the edge retention. Of course, that doesn't get used a lot. It's not a locker queen. It does get toted. But let's see if I can get in there. Little curly Q for y'all. How about a little curly Q? Now, there's been several occasions where I've seen my brother from another mother, Harold Terry, sharpen a knife. He got a buck knife in one day and then did a short on it later that day or maybe the next morning. And I'm talking about he's taking full sheets of printer paper, your regular office printer paper, and he's just going with a big old thick fixed blade buck knife. It just blew my mind. So of course, my first thing I did was get on the old message machine and ask him, what kind of sharpener are you using? And he divulged that information and about what I thought. Now, I'm going to get one of those pretty soon. But Rosecraft blades, Lucha Jack, teamed up with an A-Dub slip, makes Big Jim smile. Okay? That's just how it goes. Not trying to crowd the hashtag, but I ain't through. All right. Now, y'all know I have an eBay store and I sell a few knives on there. I've had a large Imperial sodbuster in black that has been listed on there. I have it listed for $24.95. Now I have personally turned it into a spear point and cut a half stop in it. Well, I'm in there and somebody sends me a message saying, I bought it. I bought it, and before I realized what I did, I pressed the buy button, and you had sent me an offer, and I did accept the offer. Da 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 da. So I texted him back very carefully and told him, I said, look, man, it's okay. I just tell me how much I sent you the offer for, and I'll make an adjustment, and everything will be okay. All right. So the username on this account is Pinhead42us. Pinhead. And you know what? He is. He's a pinhead. Ain't no doubt about it. But I love you, man. You know I do. Love you more than anything. But look, this is a great opportunity, Pinhead, because everything that I was going to send you before, I can now send on that nickel included with the knife that you bought. So everything we talked about is going to be in there. I mean, I realize that you're paying the shipping for me, but you're paying the shipping for the knife, you know. But because of the flexibility I have on my eBay store, I can just add a few more dollars to the shipping that comes out of my pocket, and I'll send everything, okay? But if you can think of anything that I got that we've been talking about, but I mean, I pretty much got everything in there. There's a gift from Miss A. There's a gift from Miss Ollie. The 2 or 3 knives that I have talked to you about are in there. Got some stickers. Got some swag. It's all coming your way. All right, Pinhead? Just saying. Okay. Now, where do I go from here? There got to be something else. Oh, yeah. Y'all know the load, you know, the big bunch of knives I bought. Well, you know, I dig through there and I'll find something and I'll scratch on it and rub on it and play with it and look at it. And, well, I pulled one out of there the other day that didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue. So, being the resourceful individual that I am, I took the picture of this one and sent it to one of my boys. I shouldn't call him that. One of my fellers, okay. And y'all, I've already mentioned his name. He's the guy that made this slip where the Loosey Jack lives, Aaron Williams, A&W Custom Design. All right. And in typical fashion, I sent him the pictures, and in 20 minutes, bam, there's a response with what the knife is. And then 15 minutes later, there's a website to tell me where to go and look, find out what to do with it. And then 15 minutes later, I get a congratulations and, you know, this and that. Of course, we're interacting the whole time through this chat. But now, this one makes me smile. Because I can promise you that this is not a knife brand that I would ever be able to afford. Well, maybe, you know, if I hit the lottery or some mysterious uncle, which all my uncles have been dead for 30 years, but some relative leaves me a big fortune, I might be able to afford one at that point. But you really don't never know, because, man, I get stuff every day in the mail and it just blows my mind. So anyway, but I sent some pictures of this knife to Brother Aaron Williams at A&W Custom Design. And you'll see the cover. See the back of the bone is broken. It's got a big crack right there at the bottom. This side is pretty good. Now all I did was clean this up enough to where I could get a good picture of the tang stamp and send it to him. And basically, I did a wire wheeling. I hadn't done any polishing. I hadn't done any repair work. And I don't know that I am, because if it's what Brother Aaron and I have ascertained, this is a 30s to 40s Shat Morgan Easy Open Jack. Okay. Now, that tank stamp's going to be hard to see, but it says SMXL, and underneath it says Titusville, PA, and that's all that's on there. It's got see that those oil spots. That's not. Those are not actually corrosion. Though I can get those out of there. But the question is, should I? I don't know. But this thing has got some springs. Lord have mercy. Of course, that's the way they made them back here. I don't know if I can get this little. I'm gonna get a little pen blade out of this. Yeah, I got it. It's pretty. It's got some springs. It's like that Russell knife, that Russell Barlow I got. Man, that thing got a spring. It's one little bitty thin spring, but it's a winner. So I can't even pop this one. I'm gonna try, y'all. No, I ain't either. I hurt myself. The little pin blade's kind of wore down. Nothing on that tank stamp. Just a, yeah. I mean, this is one of them that's probably gonna get rolled up in a knife roll, set somewhere. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I don't, there's a couple of Shat Morgan knives out there I'd really like to have, really. But it's not, it ain't hair popping. But I hadn't tried to sharpen it because I'm not going to. But it's as sharp as it needs to be as old as it is. All right, guys. There's a little 22-minute Fundy Sunday. All these knives make me smile. Brother Harold, A-Dub, old Pinhead. I love y'all, man. Y'all know what I do. Just like each and every one of my family members, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad y'all are here every day. Took a little break this morning, no pocket dump. Sunday, I'm not going to start doing videos until after lunch on Sunday. I want everybody to concentrate on going to their house of worship and concentrate on that in your life on Sundays. But when y'all get home for lunch, man, y'all gonna have y'all bologna sandwich and some chips and a cold glass of iced tea. Oh, Big Jim's gonna be right there looking at you. All right? Okay. I love y'all. Everybody be safe. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday Fundy. And I'm going to see y'all on the other side. Rule number 9.